So what does a facilitator who works transformatively do? They support people in making decisions without supplanting that person's agency. They support but never supplant each person's interpersonal perspective taking. In other words, I support you as you consider why the other person is doing what they're doing, but I'm not going to tell you how to do it and say, now listen here, you better listen to what she's saying, right? I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to support you so you feel like you've got someone next to you who's for you, who's in favor of you. You support people's choices about who to talk to, what to talk about, and when and how to do it. And that means that if people say, no, I don't want to take part in dialogue, then you respect that no means no. That doesn't mean you don't come back later and say, you want to rethink it, but you don't push people. Now, come on, just give it a chance, right? We don't do that. We just say, I understand, this is hard, and I'm not going to push you into something you don't want to do, okay? And I'm transparent about who I am and what I'm doing, so I inform people about how I work and what I'm trying to accomplish. And then, and finally, I recognize the range of points of view that exist within identity groups, and I don't try to assign identities to people. So even though I used the terms conservative and liberal earlier, if I was organizing a dialogue, I wouldn't start by saying, okay, so let's see, you're one of our conservatives, you're one of our liberals. I would instead let you define how you want to be seen, and because I'm open to the fact that you might change your mind about a whole range of things. And I know from experience that if you have a room where there's half liberals and half conservatives, all the conservatives are going to say more or less the same thing, and all the liberals are going to do the same. But the minute you put the conservatives in a room by themselves, they've got as many different opinions as there are conservatives, and that's true of liberals too. So that means I'm not going to try to pinpoint what people's views are, or even who they are. So I was advising a dialogue project in a town in New York a few years ago, and one of the participants said, oh, you know who's not here? The Hispanic community isn't here. Maybe you should go talk to somebody from the Hispanic community. And they told me the name of someone. And I went and talked to this person, and she said, there's no Hispanic community. There's a Guatemalan community and a Salvadoran community, and a Mexican community. And we are not one community, and we don't go to the same church, and we don't hang out together. And I was like, noted, right? Let them decide who they are, right? Instead of assuming that they are a Hispanic person.